Have you ever felt like there's something different about you? Something that sets you apart from others? Something you can't quite explain, but have always sensed deep within? The truth is, you're never meant to be ordinary. The world is filled with mysteries, and some of them are hidden in the very fabric of who we are. For some, that mystery lies in the palm of their hands. If you have ever noticed a unique shape, a crescent, a marking that seems different from the rest, pay attention. It may be a sign, a divine signature, a mark that sets you apart for a greater purpose. Psalm 139:14 says, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. You are crafted with intention." Every line, every detail of your being is part of a higher plan. But what does it mean? Why do only a select few seem to carry this mark? And more importantly, what does it mean for your destiny? Today, we are going to explore the spiritual significance behind this mysterious symbol. Could it be a calling, a message from the divine, a reminder that you were made for something greater? If you have felt a pull, if you have experienced moments where life seems to be guiding you in an unexplainable way, this is not a coincidence. You are stepping into a deeper awareness, an understanding that you are always meant to walk a different path. The mark of the chosen. Since ancient times, people have searched for signs of divine favor, clues that reveal their deeper purpose. Some are born with a unique gift, an ability to sense energy, a strong intuition, or even a symbol on their hands that sets them apart. This crescent, this arc, is not just a coincidence. It is a symbol that has carried meaning across civilizations. In many spiritual traditions, it represents connection, a bridge between the earthly and the divine. Some cultures believed it was the signature of a prophetic calling, a mark placed upon those who are meant to guide, to awaken others, to shine. A light in dark places. Have you ever felt that your journey is different? Have you experienced vivid dreams that seem to carry a message? Have you noticed synchronicities, numbers, symbols, events that align in ways that feel impossible to ignore? Have you felt like you are meant to do something significant, but haven't quite understood what? These are not random. They are confirmations. Isaiah 49:16 says, "See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are ever before me." God has marked you, not just physically, but spiritually. You are set apart for a reason, and now is the time to embrace it. The call to awaken, half-moon shape in the palm, is more than just a physical feature. It is a sign of spiritual awakening. It is a call to step beyond the distractions of the world and into divine clarity. It is an invitation to open your eyes to who you truly are. It is a reminder that your life is meant for something greater. It is a message that you are not alone. Heaven is guiding you. When you start noticing the shift, when you begin recognizing that everything is connected, you will realize that nothing in your life has been a mistake. You are being prepared. Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." This is not a new journey. It is a continuation of something that began before you even took your first breath. Now that you know, now that you recognize what has been placed within you, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you ignore the signs? Will you go back to life as usual? Or will you step forward, boldly, into the destiny that has been waiting for you all along? The time for uncertainty is over. The time for hesitation has passed. This is your moment to claim what has already been written for you. And if you are ready, comment below, "I am chosen. I receive my divine calling," because from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same again. The crescent in your palm is not just a physical marking. It is a spiritual signal, a divine imprint that signifies something greater about who you are and what you are meant to become. Whether you've just discovered it or you've always known, it was there. The truth remains the same. This is not a coincidence. 1. A symbol of the chosen, the mark of a higher calling throughout history. Markings on the body have carried deep meaning. In ancient times, kings, prophets, and warriors bore signs that set them apart from the rest of the world. Could it be that you were chosen long before you even realized it? Deuteronomy 7:2-6 says, "For you are a people holy to the Lord your God." The Lord your God has chosen you out of all the peoples on the face of the earth to be his people, his treasured possession. This mark in your palm, this crescent, this hidden symbol, is a reminder of your divine assignment. It is proof that you are always meant to walk a different path. You are not born to follow the crowd. You are born to lead. Have you ever wondered why you think differently from those around you? Have you ever noticed how you sense things before they happen? Have you ever felt like your life was being guided in ways you could not explain? That is not your imagination. That is divine alignment. That is God showing you that you are being led to something far greater than you ever expected. But here, this being chosen is not always easy because you are meant to be different. Life has tested you in ways others may not understand because you are set apart. You have faced struggles that made you question everything because you have been called. The enemy has tried to break you before you could step into your power, but the fact that you are still here, the fact that you are hearing this message right now, means that the enemy has failed. Isaiah 54:17 says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." And because of that, you are now ready to step into what was always meant for you. 2. The awakening of spiritual gifts, what this mark means for you if you carry this mark. Your gifts are about to be unlocked in ways you never imagined. This crescent is not just a symbol, it is an indication that you have been given abilities that set you apart. You may have heightened intuition, knowing things before they happen. You may attract people who seek your wisdom, even when you do not fully understand why. You may feel an undeniable connection to the unseen, sensing spiritual movements that others are blind to. This is part of your divine calling. Romans 12:6 says, "We have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us." If you have been experiencing these things, it is time to stop doubting yourself. Your gifts are real. They were given to you for a reason, and now you must learn how to use them. But listen closely, not everyone will understand this transformation. When you begin to step into your power, some people may not recognize you anymore. Some will question your new level of awareness. Some may even resist your growth because they are afraid of what it means for them. But you must not let their fear hold you back. John 8:12 says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." You're a light now. And once a light is turned on, it cannot go back to darkness. 3. The shift is happening. What to expect in the coming year ahead is unlike anything you have experienced before. This is not just another cycle. This is a divine shift. If you carry this mark, you are being prepared for something significant. Here's what will begin happening in your life. New revelations will come to you. Answers that once seemed distant will suddenly appear with clarity. You will understand why certain things happened the way they did, and you will begin seeing your purpose unfold. Divine alignments will begin forming. You will meet people who are also chosen, those who will help guide and support you in your journey. Connections that once felt random will now reveal their divine purpose. Old things will fall away. Situations, habits, and even relationships that no longer align with your spirit will begin to dissolve. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but understand this is God clearing the way for something greater. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." This is the season where everything changes. If you have felt like you have been in a period of waiting, if you have been wondering when your breakthrough would come, this is your confirmation. The shift is happening now. 4. What you must do next. Walking in your calling, know that you know the truth. Now that you understand what has been placed upon your life, you cannot stay the same. You must walk forward with faith. You must step into your power with confidence. You must trust that everything happening in your life is leading you exactly where you need to go. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you," declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. This is your time. No more doubting yourself. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more questioning whether you are good enough. You are chosen. You are ready. You are stepping into your divine purpose. And if you receive this message, if you are ready to embrace what has always been meant for you, comment below, "I am stepping into my divine calling." Because from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same again. Now that you understand the significance of this mark, now that you see the signs unfolding around you, there is one question left to answer: what will you do with this knowledge? Because being chosen is not just about knowing, it is about acting. It is about stepping boldly into the life that has already been prepared for you. You are not given this sign for nothing. Matthew 5:14-16 says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. You are the light. You are the signal. You are the proof that God's hand is moving on the earth, and now you must shine." 1. The awakening of spiritual authority. For years, you have sensed it, the power inside of you. You have always felt different, like you were meant for something greater, like there was something inside of you waiting to be unlocked. That feeling, that pull. It was not just a thought, it was confirmation, because those who are marked, those who carry the signs of divine favor, are not just witnesses to the shift, they are leaders in it. Have you noticed that people naturally seek your advice? Have you been drawn to spiritual teachings, to wisdom beyond what you were taught? Have you felt moments of divine inspiration, as if something greater was speaking through you? These are not coincidences. Your soul is remembering what it was always meant to do. Your gifts are surfacing, and now you must use them. Luke 10:19 says, "I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you." That means you have power, power to break generational cycles, power to walk in faith, even when others doubt, power to step into miracles that the world says are impossible. And once you embrace this truth, nothing will be able to stop you. 2. The shift in your energy. Why people react differently to you. You may have already noticed it. People respond to you differently now. Some feel drawn to you, comforted by your presence, as if they know you are sent to guide them. Others seem uncomfortable around you, avoiding eye contact, sensing something in you that makes them uneasy. Even strangers seem to take notice, treating you with a level of curiosity and respect that you cannot explain. This is what happens when your spirit begins to awaken. Your energy no longer blends in with the world. Your presence is no longer just physical, it carries divine weight. You are now a walking testament to something greater. This is why certain people have left your life. This is why certain relationships no longer align. This is why you cannot tolerate the things you once did. You are being set apart. John 15:19 says, "If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world." The more you step into your divine nature, the more you will notice this separation happening. And it is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. 3. The final test. Breaking free from limiting beliefs. Know that you see the truth. Now that you feel the shift, there is one last test you must pass. You must break free from the thoughts that have held you back for so long. The belief that you are not good enough. The fear that you will fail. The doubt that tells you this is all in your imagination. These are not just thoughts. These are spiritual attacks designed to keep you from stepping into your true power. But hear this, they no longer have power over you. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, the weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. That means you are no longer controlled by fear. You are no longer limited by what others think of you. You are no longer waiting for permission to be great. You are always meant to rise, and now the only thing left to do is fully embrace what has already been placed inside of you. 4. The path ahead, what happens when you step into your power. The moment you fully accept your calling, everything changes. Doors that were once closed will open effortlessly. People who doubted you will watch as everything shifts in your favor. Miracles will begin unfolding in ways you never expected. This is divine acceleration. What once took years will now happen in months. What once seemed impossible will now be a reality. Isaiah 42:31 says, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. This is your time to soar. No more delays. No more waiting for a perfect moment. No more shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You are walking in full power now. 5. What you must do next, your divine assignment. This is the moment where everything shifts permanently. You cannot return to the old version of yourself. You must walk forward in full confidence, knowing that you are always meant to lead. Here's what you need to do. 1. Trust what you see. Do not ignore the signs, the visions, the divine messages being sent your way. They are there for a reason. 2. Protect your energy. Not everyone will understand your awakening. Some will resist it. Some will try to pull you back. You must stay focused. 3. Step into your purpose, whether it is through leadership, teaching, healing, or simply being a light for others. You must use your gifts. 4. Prepare for acceleration. Things will begin moving faster now. Stay grounded. Stay in prayer. Stay in faith, because what is coming next will require all of you. This is your moment. This is your time. You have been prepared for this all along. Everything you have experienced, every battle you have fought, every doubt you have overcome, it has all led you here. Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you in the womb I knew you. Before you were born I set you apart. That means this is not the beginning of your journey. This is the fulfillment of something that was decided long before you took your first breath. And now, the only thing left to do is walk in it. If you are ready, if you receive this message, declare it now. I am walking in my divine calling, because from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same again. Part 4. Stepping fully into your destiny. The final shift has begun. This is it. The final shift. The moment where you step into your full power, no longer bound by the past, no longer doubting your calling, no longer questioning what has already been confirmed. You are no longer the same. Your journey has led you here, and now there is no turning back. Luke 10:23 says, blessed are the eyes that see what you see. You have been given spiritual sight. You have been chosen to walk a different path. And now you must move forward with complete faith. 1. The old you no longer exists. There was a version of you that hesitated, a version of you that questioned your worth, a version of you that played small to fit in. That version of you is gone. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone. The new is here. You are now walking in a higher level of awareness, a greater sense of purpose, a destiny that cannot be denied. Everything that was meant to break you has only made you stronger. Every obstacle you faced was only preparing you for the elevation. That is now unfolding. You're stepping into a version of yourself that no longer needs validation from the world, because your validation comes from God, too. The acceleration has begun. What to expect now? Know that you have stepped into your divine calling. Things will begin moving rapidly. Doors will open that once seemed impossible. Divine connections will align in ways you never expected. Your purpose will become clearer with every step you take. This is what happens when you fully embrace your destiny. You no longer chase things now align for you. Isaiah 62:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." And the time is now. 3. The separation is complete. Not everyone can go with you. Know that you are walking in clarity. You must understand that not everyone can go where you are going. Some people will not understand your transformation. Some will try to pull you back into the past. Some will resist your growth because it forces them to confront their own stagnation. But hear this: you cannot dim your light for those who refuse to see. Matthew 7:26 says, "Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces." Your energy is sacred now. Your presence is powerful. You must protect it. Let go of what no longer serves you, because the version of you that is rising cannot carry the weight of the past. 4. You have been positioned to lead. This awakening was never just about you. It was about your assignment. You are called to be a light. You are called to break generational cycles. You are called to walk in divine favor so others would see what is possible through faith. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." This is why your journey was different. This is why your battles were harder. This is why God has been shaping you in ways others do not understand, because you are being positioned to lead. Do not shrink yourself. Do not doubt your voice. Do not wait for permission to be who you are always meant to be. The world needs you fully awake. 5. The future has been set now. You must walk in it. Know that you know. Now that you see, there is no room for hesitation. You have the wisdom. You have the vision. You have the favor of heaven backing you. Psalm 32:8 says, "I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you." That means you are not walking alone. You are divinely protected. You are divinely guided. You are stepping into a future that has already been prepared for you. The only thing left to do is walk in it. Final confirmation: the journey has led you here. For Reasanthus is not a moment of coincidence. This is not just another message. This is divine alignment. Everything you have experienced, every battle, every setback, every doubt was leading you to this very moment. And now, it is time to step forward with unwavering faith. And no more waiting. And no more questioning. And no more looking back. You are chosen. You are ready. And from this moment forward, nothing will ever be the same again.